Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Sound check, guys. Good morning, Tony. Salem, Chris, good morning. Can I get a sound check? Good morning, Neil. Okay, all good. Thank you. Okay. Guys, good morning. It is Thursday, August 13. We have continuing an initial jobless claims at 8:30, so probably will do nothing until 8:30. For those of you guys that might be running your silver robots, good morning, Ray. The Unirenko is up 500 already. Morning, Jim. I've shut off all my bots, guys. I have no bots on at this point. I'll wait till after the news now. Euro's in a short. Indices starting to move a little bit lower. Gold is in a short. We do have overnight about 700 net buyers right now in gold. Small sellers in the Russell. Small buyers in NASDAQ. Markets are basically flat right now, guys. Small sellers, 75 sellers in silver, nothing. Sellers in the YM and buyers in the ES. So kind of mixed here, guys. You can see the range in the ES has been relatively small. Hope you guys had a great afternoon. We had a terrific session yesterday. Let's see if we can follow through. Guys, this is actually the biggest week we've ever had. It's helped, we're up over 22,000 on the bots. Large part of that is silver. I know most of you guys don't trade silver, but neither here nor there. The bots are performing well. We'll see what we come up with today. Kadi, good morning. Good morning. Let me quickly read the disclaimer. And we'll go. Or actually, we'll sit and wait for news. U.S. government required disclaimer. Futures and options trading has large potential rewards, but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the futures and options markets. Do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. This website is neither a solicitation nor an offer to buy or sell futures or options. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed on the website. Past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. CFTC Rule 4.41, hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Since trades have not been executed, results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those shown. There is your disclaimer. Want to reinforce what y'all have seen so far this week. We'll certainly see today and a little bit again tomorrow. You have seen the robot, which, based on the research that we have done, is the highest grossing, best trading, day trading robot available. No, Terry, no. You would need both bots. They're not so each platform is programmed differently. So you can use the Ninja, whatever bot you purchase. Let's say you bought the Ninja, you can run that on 2 computers. So we'll license it on 2 computers. The Sierra Charts robot, if you wanted a second robot for Sierra Charts, you can buy one at a discount. I give a pretty good discount for a second bot, but they're different platforms, so they're programmed differently. It's not the same robot. But you guys have seen a combination of the robot, which is fairly stress-free trading, probably far different than what many of you are used to, which is agonizing over entries and targets and stops and correct placement, etc., allowing a fully robotic system to do the work for you. And of course, you have seen and heard my order flow trades, which are, quite honestly, I think, exceptional. NASDAQ is bid up before this news. Yeah, the bot, no. So the only options with the robot, and I can talk about it again, the only options that you have would be, uh, oh, I guess gold is up. It's the same one, never mind. Would be the analyzer. Yeah, sure, Wayne. Would be this analyzer, right? And what I haven't shown you guys yet is how do we actually get, I can do that now. So how do we actually come up with settings for the robot? So one of the things that we have done is we have built our own strategy analyzer, okay? Our back testing strategy. This is not Ninja's. I understand Ninja has a back testing ability, which is not very accurate, but this is ours. And this is actually the older version. The newer version, which I have not downloaded yet, the newer version is significantly nicer than this. So here is basically what we do. Here's where I start. Okay, so we optimize, and we want to optimize the bots, right? So as we discussed, and as I shared early on in the week, the robots operate on a multi-time frame analysis of moving averages, right? So what we're going to do is we want to check parameters. So we're going to start with 8, which would be our fast period moving average. And we want to check everything from 8 to, say, 20. And on our slow moving averages, we want to check everything from, let's say, 20 to 50. Okay? So this gives us our parameters to start. Then we have to decide what time frames. So let's start with a time frame. Let's, for the sake of conversation, start at 3 a.m. in the morning, and let's check through 11 a.m. in the morning. These are Eastern Standard Times. And I am recording this so you guys can go back through it later. Before I do parameters, let's do a few other things. Main quantity. Let's just check 2 contracts, just for the sake of conversation. Okay? I'll leave the ATR the same. I'll leave the multiples all the same. I'm not going to go through all that. Let's decide on what we want to check. Let's say we want to check silver. I should have it in here to check. I don't. So let's check ZB bonds, just for the sake of conversation. And what type of chart do we want to check? Let's check a 5-minute chart. Start and end date. So we know what the end date is. The end date is yesterday. And for simplicity, I'm only going to back check 1 month. So let's go July 1st through August 12th. Okay. Include commissions. Now let's plug in some parameters. We're checking a 5-minute chart. Let's check a 15-minute and a 30-minute time frame just to start. Let's just see what we get. So if we run whatever parameters, this will tell us. So here's, doesn't make any money. Makes no money. Best it does is loses 125 bucks. Okay, so we know we don't want to, this is not these are not filters that we want to use. Let's try this. A 3-minute and a 10-minute. Let's see if this gets any better. Nope, loses 187 bucks. Again, this is from 3 a.m. to 11. Let's try a 1-minute and a 3-minute. And I can add more filters in, which I'll do next. But this is our back testing strategy. Still doesn't make any money. Let's change the times. No, still can't make any money. Basically break even on 50%, right? Not good enough. So let's change the times. Let's try 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. All right, so if we trade a 5-minute bond chart, okay, using a single filter of 15 minutes against, trading in this 2-hour time frame, over the last month, it's taken 5 trades with 4 winners. Okay. Max drawdown, 250 bucks. Profit factor at 4.25, not bad. It makes $812 after commissions on 2 contracts, 5 trades. So then you come over here and you say, okay, this is the best performing. This is telling me that I should be using an 11 and a 39 as my moving averages across these time frames, right? 11 and 39 gives me my ATR period of 14, stop loss 10 ticks, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so each one of these parameters gives me my chart settings. Now on the new version of the robot of the back testing strategy, on the new version, you can actually trade off this. You would just, click it and it would set it up and you can actually trade it right off the strategy. Okay, this is still the old version, but this is where we start. So then for me, this is how I do it because I'm old school, right? I'm an old guy and I'm old school. So I set up a ZB chart. Days to load, we want, let's say 40 days. This told me 11 and 39. So I come over here and I actually set up a chart. Now I add the robot. think it was 11 and 29. Might have been 49. And I'm only going to check one filter, 15 minutes. And I come up here to time filter enabled. And I only want from 9 to 11. Then you'll notice that there is going to be a blued out area. The bot will not take trades in an area that you see blue, right? So it's not on yet. It's only 8:19. So let's see what we have for trades, because I like to go back and back check. So here's a trade using these parameters. There's one winner, right? Personal preference, I just changed colors. Now you'll be able to see it better. Good morning, Ali. So there's a winning trade, both targets. Again, the blue area, no trades. It's not going to trade during those periods. So we got one trade. And all I do is I go back and I say like this, I backward scroll and I say, okay, does it line up? Here's a losing trade. This has to be the only losing trade then, right here, right? Because it only had one losing trade, which was on a long, right? $11 and 39. So hang on one second. Okay. Again, it didn't take many trades. And this is all I do, guys, on every chart. I go back and I scroll and I scroll and I scroll until I find the trades that it told me it took. That's it. So this is the back testing. So when you guys see my email, right? I just showed you the back testing strategy. That is an option. It is not a requisite or a requirement. I do the back testing myself. But for instance, if you guys live in an area of the country where you might be trading at midnight my time, it's 9 p.m. your time, California, let's say, you may elect to get the back testing strategy so that you could trade during your, yes, it would, Wayne. I'll show you today. So you may elect to trade at midnight your time or 9 p.m. your time. I'm in bed and I've not done any back testing. Or you may say, I want to trade corn or cotton or whatever the case may be that I don't already have settings for. So that back testing strategy would help you immensely. Short of that, I do the back testing anyways on the charts that we trade. What I refer to as the analyzer, I'm not sure if Joel calls this something else, is this. And again, I'll go over all this again tomorrow, just so it's fresh in your mind, but you'll have a video recording from today. And then the only thing I have not shown you is our scalper. And I will show that to you today. Any questions on that, guys? Let me see if I can find a scalper. Here's one. This is the scalper. Okay, this is a cool little methodology, and Tom, who is actually in the room today, is the first person that I taught this method to, and it is ideally suited for scalping, right? Some guys may have smaller accounts and they just want to scalp. So this happens to be on a 1 minute. The original methodology that I taught is on a Unirenko. Whoop, I don't want that. I want data series. So the original methodology is on a Unirenko. And the settings are 5, 1, 5. So this is now a Unirenko here when this, there you go. Okay, let's get it on the NASDAQ. Okay, so you see these little pivots? All I want is a break of long or short. I come over here and I click both. It's an OCO. Okay, OCO. Right now I've got it set for 12 tick first target, 20 tick second. It's not how I taught it. I taught it using 6 tick first target. So some of you would say, you can't make money scalping 6 ticks. I would beg to differ. Tom is in the room. The first month that Tom traded a live cash account. So there's would be your first trade. Tom grossed about $250,000. Okay. As a point of clarification, I never saw his brokerage statements, but he did email me every day and tell me what he was doing. And he netted somewhere around 168,000, give or take, if memory serves me correct. Taking 6 ticks, and at the time I think it was 3 ticks, 6 ticks on the first target, and then break even and letting a runner go. So the methodology behind this on this scalper is you're basically eliminating risk quickly, going to break even. You can see now in the day, this was all done manually. Okay, OCOs were done manually. Cancel the other side, move your targets, move your stops, etc. Now I could set this up with an auto trail, but in any event, it automatically plots your entries on both sides with a basic ATM. And the methodology behind this is you're taking 6 ticks first target, and then from there you're hoping to get a couple of trades a day that go 150, 200, 250 bucks. A couple of runners a day. As a point of clarification, Tom was trading 3, 4, 5, 6 instruments all simultaneously. He was not doing his numbers on one instrument. He was a human jackrabbit. But this is the scalper. All right, guys, let me close this. I'll show this later.
Filled. Order filled. Target filled. Order filled.
I'll show this later, okay, when the market's actually moving. We've got a couple minutes to news. So Wayne is asking if I would be a little bit more realistic, presuming you had a $15,000 account and not necessarily a $25,000 account. So I'll do that today. So for those of you guys, also bear in mind, and I would cover this again tomorrow, I have members trading 1 contract, not 3. I have members trading more than 3. I have members trading micros. We're just waiting on news here, fellas. That's it. Minute and a half. Let's see what we're looking for. 1.1 million. And continuing claims 15.8. 15.8. Why is that on one? Hang on, fellas.
Order filled. Order filled.
All right, I adjusted it. So the scalper is really a lot of fun when there's pretty good market movement around the open. I mean, we're clearly in longs. Above 86, the NASDAQ's going to break out. NASDAQ is broken out. You want to be longs, guys. Yeah, right? All right, let's go to. So those are the options when you see the email. The 3-minute is trying. It should get to 40.3 on gold. It should get that first target, guys, and probably the second target. Come on. There it is. Come on. One more tick. Come on, dog. It hit first target, fellas. It just hasn't filled it. No, missed first target by a tick.
Target filled.
Here's first target, fellas. So, Wayne, you asked me to show you what would you do with a $15,000 account. You would be done. You're done. Done for the day. Right? One trade, one done. Assuming a 3-contract trade. This just went 37 ticks.
Target filled.
So here's, Wayne, your total. $690, one trade. You're done. What do you mean risk is too high for you? You mean the stop? Well, I guess you'll find another way to trade or keep doing what it is you do. I mean, guys, listen. All I can tell you is the market needs to dictate targets and stops. Everybody wants to make $500 a day with minimal risk. I want to make $1 million a day with no risk. That can't happen. You're worried about risk. You're worried about, oh my God, what happens when I lose? That's not what a stop is for. A stop is not to how little can I lose if I am wrong. That's not the purpose of a stop. Purpose of a stop is what keeps me in the trade and allows the trade to work, right? And prevent a catastrophic loss. So if you're telling me that stop is bigger than you feel comfortable with, Then there's another way to minimize that. Then you trade one contract, right? So you trade smaller. Instead of trading 3, you trade 1. Remember something. As the bot is setting up, right? As you're watching this candle start to form, remember, the trade doesn't execute on this candle, right? It executes, it gives you the signal here, but executes here. It's the opening of the next candle, right? So as you're watching this start to form and you're saying, okay, I'm seeing my time frames are green, I'm seeing the arrow start to plot, it's telling you it's already starting to factor in stops and targets, right? It's factoring it in. So you can see this and you can say, all right, I see based on this entry, my initial stop is 48 ticks. Also bear something else in mind right now. Volatility is really, really high in gold and silver, right? It's kind of it's kind of an anomaly where we are with gold and silver. Oftentimes gold is, 14, 15 tick range, 1.5. Right now, gold is trading in a 5.5 point range, 55 tick range. But nonetheless, you can change your ATM as you're watching this plot. All right, I see the move up. I'm seeing it. I don't like what it's plotting. I'm going to trade one contract. You don't have to take first target. You can take that manually and put it all the way out at 67 ticks if you want. You can always close a trade. Just hit close. No buyers yet at the top. There it goes. New high. So now let's move our stop. Let's get more aggressive, right? It's pre-market. We're in at about 62. Stop to 87, 85. All I'm doing is following these buyer imbalances. Okay. Why do I want to follow buyer imbalances? Because if price comes back down and sells through these buyers, your contracts ain't going to stop it. So you're in somewhere, you got 25 handles locked in. Okay. Next candle in 30 seconds, we're going to get more aggressive. But we're pushing the high. We're pushing day high. Now, if you guys really want to try to get a move of 100 handles, what I probably would do is go to a 15-minute candle on a chart and trail the bottom, which is still 85. On a 15-minute, 85. Okay, not far off from where I'm at. But I can't move it then until 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, you could move. Yeah, this is about where I want to be. The probabilities are it will come back and take you out here at that 88 area, 87.50. That's the probability. Okay, so this is your 95% area of daily distribution. If you guys don't understand daily distribution, right? It's in simplistic forms. Price goes from 1 penny to $1. That is your daily distribution. From a penny to $1. Okay? This green line, this green area here represents 95% of that daily distribution from VWAP. VWAP. I can make this simpler. Here's VWAP. We are at 95% of our daily distribution, right? 100% of daily distribution would be where? The high, right? We're pushing the highs. It's going to come back and take you out here. But so what? Let it pull back and we'll find another entry. It's a humongous trade. So here is VWAP. It's also on order flow. This red line is the same as my red line here. Right here, 68% or 1 standard deviation. We're headed up to 205, fellas. It's going to 205. 206. One tick. Again. 13 seconds. We're above V. There it is. We got it on this candle. That second target is at 66 ticks. Volatility in gold and silver is off the charts right now. Putting this in perspective, coming back to you, Wayne. A month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, the average first target on this chart was between 9 and 11 ticks. Now we're at 19. I mean, it's, again, gold and silver are schizoid. Forgot to turn my Euro chart on. That went to target. It is bananas, Todd. I mean, there's 30 tick first targets. It's nuts. $3. It's nuts. I don't know why that didn't auto move. I gotta check my settings. We're gonna get a 9 o'clock punch. And I took second contract off. I'll put this third one out at 90 ticks. If that goes 9 handles without a retracement, I'll eat worms. All right, there's top of the hour. $40.3 area support. If this takes me out, it takes me out. Don't really care. Huge trade. got to push up through this 41.3 or 4 area first. There it goes. And then 41.6. Yes, Eduardo. Yeah.
Order filled.
Order filled. Got to be silver. It is. This is that 6 range. Look at how they're trading together. It's in longs, but this dot might be way too tight. It's already starting to plot a potential reversal. Unless this comes back up through about 26,480. It's going to take it as a loss.
Stop fill.
Out on gold. On the runner. All good question, Tree, but really not relevant at this point. No, they're not. They're starting to plot overhead resistance. There we go. It's got to get through here now. 510. That's resistance, right? Right here. Okay, see the dot stopped? Trying to go long, fellas. The dot stopped. So it's trying to reverse. Dot's back down here on the bottom. Trying to plot support. Looks like a bear flag to me. It may trade up to 525. It's not going to get that. I don't think it gets that first target. May go to 525. I'm just kind of eyeballing that trend line. It's flat. You cannot trade this. It's got to break out of that garbage one direction or the other. Gold sitting on VWAP. Now it's trying to plot shorts again. 520 is your resistance. Where did I say this could go? 525. I don't, even if it bids, I don't think it can get that target. And it looks like it wants to reverse. All of our time frames are green. It's a out. It's a long. Ultimately, it's a long. All right, guys, I'm going to take my breakfast. I'll be Kudlow's on CNBC, so man, I like the longs, guys. Another first target and break even.
Stop fill.
Out. Said things seem to be trending in the right direction. We're flat on this NASDAQ. You may want to shut the 15 range off. It's flat. Something about recoveries despite hotspot breakouts. You guys may want to shut this 15 range off, fellas. Come on, get out of this flat. Look at this. Cannot trade that. Cannot trade this.
Stop fill.
Got to break out of this stupid little range. Cancel it. Cancel it.
Order filled.
There's silver again. Silver and gold. Kudlow said with rates so low, if you have to borrow, now is the time to borrow. He is encouraged by the drop in jobless claims today. We're flat, fellas, everywhere. Gold is turning back up. I like gold longs. I like gold to 49.2 and 51.9.
Order filled.
There's gold again, long.
Target filled.
Long silver first target.
Order filled.
Russell's now long on the bot. It's got nothing to do, Steve, with the robot. It's the volume.
Target filled.
Happens to me as well. I can't move a chart. I can't do anything. It'll unfreeze. It's the volume. And my computer is a souped up computer. Come on, Euro, go get that first target. Stop being a goof. It's the NASDAQ show, guys. We're going to 18, 17, 18.
Order filled.
Order filled where? ES is long, guys, and my chart is frozen. There it goes. It's long on the 8 range. Come on. I can't move the chart, but it's long. There it is. See, Steve, I'm having the same issue. Guys, this is a pretty, aside from the NASDAQ, this is a fairly piss poor trade. I mean, it's you have another long on gold as well. I will be shutting gold off if this gets to targets. This is way up. It should get to 49.2. Missed first target by 2 ticks. Don't like that.
Stop fill.
Out on the Russell. Right now, jerking around. Aside from the NASDAQ, everything is basically flat. ES is flat. Gold, sellers. All right, guys. I'm shutting this off. There you go. I'm shutting gold off on the 377, guys. It's done for the day for me. It's up 960. It's done. In fact, that chart is there it goes. I've shut gold off on the 377. It's done. The ES is sitting. Euro is sitting. We have almost no movement. We got my target. Remember I said we're going to 35? Nice job, Rick. Up 1985 on the NASDAQ. First target off on the Euro. Guys, if you pay attention to order flow, the trades that I am suggesting, you've got to be making money. You have to.
Order filled.
If you're not making money, you're not paying attention.
Target filled.
First target off on the ES, break even +1. Euro going to that second target. Again, anybody that's trading the Euro on the robot, I told you what I liked as far as direction. We need a small pullback in here on the NASDAQ would be great.
Order canceled.
Crude, I have nothing. Bonds are selling off. We are conducive to longs.
Order filled.
Order filled where? Okay. Unirenco is now long on the ES. This is usually a very slow developing trade.
Order filled.
Euro's gone break even +1, has not gotten second target. The NASDAQ is largely flat up here. We're longs. Watch this opening range high. That's our Crable. All right, Laura, let's see what we can. Boy, this is just pathetic.
Target filled.
All right, ES got both targets. You got 3 handles and a handle and a half. So 6 handles total. Okay. That's the 8 range. Euro's almost a second target here. Boy, this is a doop-de-doo trade. Seriously, just Boy, this is just nuts. Dead slow. I almost have to check my data.
Target filled.
All right, Euro got both targets. This is as poor a trade as I've seen in a long time, guys. Seriously. I like NQ long off 176. Guys. You may get the short down to that as well. I mean, doop-de-doo. ES should find a bounce off 69. Gold is bid. Bonds are not turning up. We are not looking for freaking shorts, guys. Pullbacks, but no, I mean, this is not a. I like the long off 76. We could come down to VWAP, but I think we bounce first off 76. What do you mean by when, Harry? How long ago? Uh, exactly a year. Last year, August. This is just right now. Here goes the ES on this Unirenko.
Order filled.
YM is now long. Look at this YM. God darn it.
Target filled.
First target off, 4 handles on the ES on the Unirenko. First target off on the YM. Cancel NASDAQ.
Stop filled.
First target only. YM. Then we got first target off. We got 8 handles here on the Unirenko. Gold and silver, back bid. I am on the 3-minute, wants to go long. Russell is pressing here. It went long, pulled back exactly to the stop and went. Russell's overbought. NASDAQ's lagging, YM's lagging, and ES is up there with the Russell. Right now it's. I will see you tomorrow morning, Shri. Have a blessed day.
Order filled.
All right, YM is now long on the 3-minute, fellas. All right, Laura. NASDAQ's into a buy area here. Just bounced. Came to 71. It may come down a little bit lower, guys. Let's see if we can tag VWAP on the NASDAQ, guys. Come on down further. Came to 71.50. I'd love to see 66. ES is holding up well. I choosed it. This ES looks like it's painted. It's barely moving. YM is not moving. Crude is not moving. Let me see what else I got, guys.
Order filled.
Order filled where? Silver again. Long.
Filled.
First target on silver, fellas. First target on silver.
Stop filled.
First target only, silver. ES has a nice bid. Ton of buyers in the NASDAQ, guys. We're just going to keep every pullback. We didn't get VWAP. My initial entry would have been 76, which I gave you guys. Let me see what I see. I'll tell you what I see. $79.80. I'm with you. If the ES breaks out above 82.50, it goes. I don't think you can get to that 82 second target, guys. Not initially. But we shall see. You got 5 handles in here, guys. I'll lock in 2. 2 points. This is one bummer, dude, of a trade. Bots are trading well. Not a lot of trades outside of gold and silver. Boy, gold is on the way to breaking out, guys. Gold is on the way. Let me look at gold on a daily. I think we want 55 long on a break, and it's pulling back a little bit. Gold has now gone green delta. Russell way sky high. Amazon cuts 1,200 delivery contract jobs. Yeah, YM, this might be your entry again on the YM on this little pullback. 85 support.
Order filled.
There's another 15 range.
Target filled.
First target. I'll shut this off on this trade. At the end of this trade,
Stop filled.
I'll shut that off. 15 range is done for now. It's too dang slow for me. That's up 425. It's off for now. All right, it pulled back to 80 and bounced 15 ticks. Now we're trading like it's summer. I wish we would have tagged VWAP because that'd have been long and strong. Yes, I'd like to see pull back to 74. All right, VWAP is now up at 69. Guys, I really don't have much here. This price action is slow, and we are way away from any areas that I have. I fumbled at the goal line on that NASDAQ at 76. I had the trade pending, and I pulled it. Can't even get a pullback into these areas that I want. They short stop everything. 74.50 on the ES I like. YM can't even go 30 targets, 30 ticks to target here. If you go back and play the video from today, you'll see I said 55 I think we like as our entry. I missed it. Let me see this. I mean, I'm trying to find something that's tradable. On a 15-minute, the YM is just ugly as heck. Gold is a great looking chart on a 15. ES on a 15-minute. I mean, there was another entry at 77, but it's gone a handle. The real entry was back at 69.5 on the 945 candle. I wasn't watching it. Bonds. You could try a 25 long on bonds if anybody wants to trade ZB. 25 long with a 20 stop. I don't have much of a target. Not interested. Never mind. Never mind. Euro. I missed a nice short. I'll have to wait for the euro to turn up. I'm going through every single thing we trade right now. Crude on a 15-minute is absolutely no trades. Your long would be 42.91, call it 92, and your short would be 80. It's in the middle of nowhere in a 15-minute. That's on October. So most of you guys are probably not rolled. We don't trade cotton. We don't trade copper. Russell. Russell's given me 3 lower lows and 3 lower highs consecutively on the 15-minute. If we can get a candle to turn back up through 56.5, I need a higher low open and then a move above previous 15-minute. That would be with buyers. Soybeans, wheat, nobody cares. I have no trades, if you can believe this right now. No, I've adjusted them for the increase and decrease in volatility. We'll change them back in the fall. Ugh, what a terrible miss. 15 handles. Anybody long NASDAQ? We're headed up here, guys, to 52, 53. Anybody long NASDAQ? There goes gold. Broke 60.6. No pullback. 55 was our entry, guys. 55 was the entry. I, again, blew it. Missed that by getting coffee. We have a shot of a pullback. YM is short now on the bot. My entry for gold would be a pullback into 53 area. 53 to 55. Best I have. Nothing I can do other than watch it. Dow futures are down 40. S&P futures are up 6. NASDAQ's up 108. 270 is your target. That's where it's going. All right, gold, come on, pull back just a tad. All right, here we go. NASDAQ may give us a pullback, guys, off that double top. Gold is trying to pull back. 53.5 I like on gold. Coffee's up 4% today. We don't trade it in the room. YM is just sloppy. This is where gold broke from. This NASDAQ just will not. 29 is the only area I see to get in now. Watch gold, guys. 53.5, 53.2. There was your pullback on gold. Beginner can use the bot. Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, as a beginner, you might be in a better position than guys that have traded because you don't have bad habits. Might be an advantage. Ask my brother, who's never traded before. He doesn't have bad habits. Guys, let me check volume just for the sake of conversation. We're 33% below our 3-month daily average. Now, remember, yesterday we were also down 30%. So what do we have? We have a declining daily average. Volume is declining. And our 3-month daily average is falling lower, and our daily average is declining. We're missing 1 in 3 traders. That's why this is okay, Steve. I surely will. That's why we're getting this sloppy, piss poor price action, guys. So here's Terry, here's the way I do it, right? I don't do per se a 2-for-1, okay? What I do allow is for you to license it on 2 computers. So if you purchased the bot and you put it on your computer and he put one on his computer, I don't, that's fine. I don't care. What I don't do is if he wants to sit in the room, I would have to work something out for him to sit in the room as well. Does that make sense? Or or I can work out a price for 2-for-1 if you want. I mean, I can work something out. But yes, you can license it to 2 computers. Whose 2 computers? I don't really care. But is one of you Sierra Charts though? See, that's the problem. He has to buy the bot so one of you has to buy a bot for Sierra Charts. One of you using who who's the ninja trader? You or he or she? He is. And you're the Sierra charts. Okay. So you would purchase for $21.97 one of the bots, and then I would work out a discount for the other bot. It's two totally different platforms, so two totally different programmers. I have my programmer I've been with for years that does Ninja, and then I have a programmer that did Sierra charts, and two totally different programming. It's not the same program. Look at this NASDAQ. I missed it by 3. I can do that, Terry. Just looking at a 5-minute chart. I took 53 half, not 52 half, actually. I'm in and out. I took 53 half and sold 55. I'm in and out. Guys, it's so slow. I have given my daughter a dozen trades today to buy pullbacks, and that's the first one I've gotten. Everything else is just coming up. In fact, I told you guys in the room, and I told her 29 long on the NASDAQ. Look where the NASDAQ came. 29.50. I missed by 2 ticks, and it just popped up to almost 250. 48. Guys, we are going, look, let me just show you. Remember what I told you guys this morning on the NASDAQ? I'm going to show it to you again on a daily chart. Here is the NASDAQ on a daily chart. Remember? I told you guys, I gave this to you guys today. It's going to at least that neckline. Call it 58 to 60 area. That's where we're going. Then if we take out the high, the NASDAQ easily could trade into the top of this channel. $500, $600 area. Okay? It's basic technical analysis. I mean, basic. The one thing as traders that y'all have to do is put out of your head what it is you think. Okay? There are too many, listen, if you guys read, some publications or message boards or things like that, you guys will, inevitably hear things like it's a rigged market, it's a fake market, it's a manipulated market, billion people unemployed, COVID virus killing everybody. And they will give you 1,000 reasons that substantiate or justify their opinion of these markets. The markets don't give a rat's ass about COVID. They do not care. They do not care if Antifa is rioting in Portland. They do not care if you own a pizzeria in some godforsaken place, or you have a hardware store or a paint store. They don't care. You guys would be better off not listening to news. Trade what you see. The markets are forward looking. The markets have already, for the most part, written off quarters 1, quarters 2. They're looking at quarter 3, quarter 4. You're welcome, Tommy. Quarter 3 and quarter 4 in 2021. They don't care. Sure, there could be a black swan event. Joe Biden wins the election. That could happen. Raises taxes. Markets sell off. But, there's a moron standing on every street corner saying the world is going to end. Well, eventually he'll be right. Could take him 300 years, but did that make him right? I mean, I read message board after message board after message board, and article after article that guys are saying, the market's got to sell off. They've got to sell off. All these trillions of dollars in debt. It's going to come home to roost. It may. But if you what happens is, part of the reason that these markets keep going higher and higher is all of these fools keep trying to short and short and short. And the more they're shorting this market, when these stops get ripped up, it's an impetus to go higher. You got to trade what you see, not what you think. Remember, oftentimes we apply our own circumstances in our environment. Look at this little bull flag here. This thing's going higher. We apply our own circumstances to our lives, right? So if you're unemployed, not saying anybody in this room, if you're unemployed and things are difficult for you, presumptively, you presume that it's difficult everywhere. It's not true. It's not true. Somebody yesterday just bought a $40 million yacht. It isn't difficult for him. Trade what you see, not what you think. Again, if you guys are on trial, if you can't make money in this room, you can't make money, fellas. You guys have now seen for 4 days the robots. This YM is just stuck. You guys have seen the robots. It's basically flat. It's a flat market. There'll be a move at some point today. I would guess long to go somewhat short. I'm shutting this out. This is going to be a down day for this. I don't really care. It's still an up day for everything else. Look, Russell pulled into VWAP. That was our long. I'm not watching Russell, but that would have been your long. Maybe this comes down. I'll leave it. Instead of trying to circumvent the bot, I'm just going to move it, guys. It's slower than molasses. Trade what you're seeing, the here and the now. Put no emphasis on what's going on globally or economically, because all you're doing is trying to trade your opinion. And then you look for reasons and ways and places that will substantiate your beliefs. I mean, if you believe that there's an Area 51 and that there's, frozen Martians in Area 51, and you find 10 other people that say, yeah, we agree with you, then that substantiates your belief. That's what you go with. Trade what you see. These markets are going higher, guys. And I do not believe in Martians or aliens. I do believe in Bigfoot, though. I've been watching that series on TV. You think LA is Area 51? That's funny. Any of you guys watch that series on TV? Finding Sasquatch or Finding Bigfoot? It's pretty cool. These guys are nuts. They walk around in the dark howling. Seriously. Anybody watch that series? I have no trades, fellas. I got nothing. It's so true, Rick. Guys, the summer months will end in a matter, we're second week of August, ending tomorrow, basically, right? In 3 weeks, volume picks back up. This is the pullback into the close of Europe. That's all this is. In 3 weeks, the volume will pick back up, and these markets will return to a more normal trade. When we're missing 33% of our average 3-month daily volume, we are getting erratic movements, longs and shorts. Anybody have questions, guys? I'm happy to answer questions. Oh, yeah. 63, 64, 65. Yeah. I mean, again, look at the daily chart. If you look at the bigger picture, right? And you're focused on the bigger picture. The bigger picture is what? Yes, Ricky. The bigger picture is up. I mean, let me just show you on a daily basis, and this applies to a 5 minute, a 3 minute, a 1 minute, whatever. You see these three candles? Red, 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 right? Lower highs, lower lows. Then we get a higher open. As soon as we eclipse this here was your entry on a daily basis. 150. That was yesterday. Yesterday. You'd have been long yesterday. But it works on a 5 minute. Same thing. It's the same premise, fellas. Right? So I don't know if I can find anything. I like to see, okay, here's a 5 minute. This is from 8 o'clock this morning. Starting with this candle, 820. Lower high, lower low, lower high, and it actually bottoms. It doesn't quite give us the lower low. But then this candle gives me this big green candle at 8:35, right after the news, gives me my higher low open. And then as soon as I eclipse that candle, that's my entry on a 5 minute. It's very simple. Easy peasy. Now, I am watching order flow with that. Look at a 1 minute. You can find those everywhere. Okay. A lot of traders like this 1 minute. Okay. 1, 2, 3. These three candles. 1, 2, and 3. Lower highs, lower lows, higher low open, slightly, higher low open, long above that. That's your entry, 1020. Easy peasy, right? Very simple. I look for at least 3 candles in any direction. So here, I don't have 3. So now I've got, this is a 1 minute. 1, higher low, higher high, slightly higher high. Some call the buy signal closed above the high. Yeah. I mean, this is just simple stuff, guys. So when we get into these periods where you're looking at a 15-minute candle, crude shorted on the bot. I should have shut it off. It's 11 o'clock. That will come down. When we get these, kind of humongous candles on a 15-minute, which I like to look at 15-minute for better trend, and we're just kind of straight up or down, you go to these 1 minutes, go to a smaller time frame to look for an entry. We still have a higher high and a higher low. So in 10 seconds, I'm still maintaining this trend, but if I get now a lower high open, which I did, lower high open, if this breaks down, I get a short below there. And it's not going to break down. Still going to keep going, it looks like. It's same trade, just the opposite. No go. No go. See, on a 15-minute, it's a totally different look. And on the daily, we're straight up longs. Look, we're almost to that neckline. 60 area, 59.60 is your target, guys. We're at 48. You don't think we're going to get it? Come on. Seriously, it's 10 handles. I diagrammed this for you guys today. I told you where we were going early today. That's where we're going. 60. We're at 50 now. You don't think we're going to get those last 10 points? Again, if you guys pay attention, you guys will make money. It's rare that we don't make money every day. It happens, but it's really rare. Guys, I'm about done here. I'm not running any bots. I mean, I still have that YM on. It's still in that trade, but my bots are all done. They are finito. It is way too slow. We've made money again today between order flow trades and the bots. It's been another good day. For those of you that are members, at least one of you has emailed me interested in learning order flow. If anybody is interested in learning, order flow, please email me, because what I'll do is I'll do it going forward in groups. I cannot do it, one-on-ones. I don't have the time. The ones that I have for one-on-ones, I'll keep. But going forward, because I get so many requests, just send me an email and I'll, let you know. What we can do. And then for my trials, it would be the same thing. If you guys are interested in the mentorship, I'll do it in a group, sitting. We're going to 60, fellas, 61, 59, 60, 61. That's going to be our next area of small resistance. And then above that, if we take out the day high or the high, the all-time high, this market is not ready to sell. We could go to 11,600. All-time high is 283.25. 283.25. Anybody think we're not going to get my target at 59.60? I'll give you 1,000 to 1 odds. We're going to get it. No brainer, fellas. There's 56. Got about 3 handles to go. And we have almost 4,000 net buyers on the day. And the ES is finally starting to go. By the way, fellas, here is crude on what I think is probably the best and most consistent chart. The most consistent, this Unorenco. It's slow. It does not offer I don't know why there's only 2 on, dump truck full of trades. But the trades are generally profitable. I mean, I think this is probably one of the highest probability charts we trade. It's holding support at 45 from that swing low here. Look. It's holding this. Once it breaks that, it should move down to 38. Uh-oh, 58. We might have hit 58.50. I mean, Rick, as soon as I close the room, I start the conversion on the video. It depends. I don't know how long the video is. I would think that I'll have it on YouTube and Vimeo by 1:30 my time Eastern. $59.75. I said 59 to 61, right? Target hit. Target hit. Well, when I say if it's not a bot trade, Tom, it's obviously an order flow trade. And I generally will say if anyone is interested, you know, NASDAQ is along here. If, for instance, if anybody is interested in gold, it is long right now. 66, this area. Gold is along. Okay. Now, you guys may want an infinitesimal stop. I don't have a small stop on gold. That's the downside. Stop on gold from here has to be 54.1. But my target on gold is 67. So if you're buying 58, half 59, you have an $8 target and a $4.5 stop. It's a 2-to-1 ratio. Okay, so we're trying to take out this little swing. We just need a few more sellers in here. We got to 42. First target is 38. Look, we hit our target. Why are we backing off? Look, here's why. We got to the neckline. It's resistance. Doesn't mean it's going to sell off. I think it's going to go up before tomorrow and get a new all-time high. Gold is long. It's going to 67. Pay attention to gold. Pay attention to this comment. Whether it's today, later today after the room, tonight, 4 o'clock this afternoon, 8 o'clock tonight, whatever. If gold breaks 72 half, it will see 88. It will see 88. Okay? Anybody long gold? Is there anybody long gold? Anybody take it? Okay. You could take it with MGC, fellas. Doesn't have to be GC. You could take it with them. Look, we came 1 tick from target. Okay, Ken. Gold just has to break up through 62.2. 62.2. And 67 is the target. It's going to go. And it would not shock me in the overnight session or maybe before 72 half. Early this morning, gold was trading around 40. And I said, and you guys can listen to the tape, listen to this session. And I said, 55, I didn't think it would get there. This is done and off. I said I would be surprised if it got there, and it did. Look where we are now, like a dope. Okay, it's off. It's going to go, guys. It's just a function of time. It's going to go. And it's going to break 72 half and go to 88, 87.8. And then it runs into a lot of trouble above 88. Anybody have any questions? Well, gold, the micro gold is MGC. All right, Tommy. See you tomorrow. To do our daily totals. Okay. I'm going to do daily totals right now.
Order filled.
I just shut that YM trade. Here's our daily totals, fellas. Euro up $500. Crude up 170. ES on the 8 range up 300. ES on the Unirenko up 537.50. Gold on the 3 minute up 640. Gold on the 377 tick up 960. NASDAQ on the 15 range up 425. Silver on the 6 range up 550. Silver on the Unirenko up 500. And YM on the Unirenko up 155. Russell on the 15 range down $1,035. YM on the 3 minute down $1,260. What's my total? $2,024.42.50, fellas. $24.42.50. Not bad for a crap day. Order flow trades have been gigantic all day. All day. Anybody have any questions, guys? I'm done trading this or even watching this mess. Anybody have any questions? All right, guys. I will see y'all in the room tomorrow. Let's see here. Yes, I will. I'm glad you reminded me, Terry. Yeah, it wasn't a bad day for no movement. This has been pretty sloppy. You're welcome, Donna. Andy, you guys are welcome. Can't be. Jim, I don't know what you're doing. Can't be. Todd, ciao. Guys, I will see you all tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Keep your money. I would stay away from this chop and slop. And once Europe closes, this volume is going to get abysmal. It's already ugly. Okay? Guys, it's been a good week. I will see you tomorrow. 1 day left in the week. Trials, thank you again for your time. I will see you all tomorrow.